Hello to you, my fellow adventurer, and welcome to the Travel Inspired Podcast. We are your host, Rob and Kerri Stuart, coming to you from the Creating Magic Vacation Studio in beautiful Windermere, Florida, right next to Disney. This is episode number 149, original air date November 26th. Yes, those are back. The original air dates are back.
They are. So happy Thanksgiving if you are celebrating here in the States. And this is one of our favorite weeks of the year. But how are you going to celebrate?
We are the sponsors of a charity run on Thanksgiving here in the Keens Point neighborhood. And then we're going to spend the afternoon with a couple of our agents, Mike and Leah, and their family, who are staying at the Treehouse Villas at Saratoga Springs.
Yeah, so that's over at Disney. And did you know that they had Treehouse Villas?
Well, technically, yes.
I think they should have called them like stilt houses, though. But
that is true.
That doesn't sound as fun as a treehouse.
No. Now, they sit maybe 9 or 10 feet off the ground on stilts, and they have 3 bedrooms, and they sleep up to 9 people. Also, it has a full kitchen and a washer and dryer, which is great for some families.
Yeah, I do think that they need a refurb, though.
Yes.
But it is in an exclusive gated area at the back of Saratoga Springs. And although we've never stayed in one, we have visited them a few times. The layout, it's really cool. And the location's really fun right along the river.
So a special thanks to Mike and Leah for the invite. And we hope you are having a great Thanksgiving week. Why is this week one of our favorites? No expectations. Oh, sorry, that was Thanksgiving week. I'll get back to you later.
But it also means that we get a lot done. And it's different than Christmas, which obviously changes every year.
It's always December 25th though, right? So a couple of times we have cruised on Thanksgiving week, which I highly recommend. But this year we're excited because we are in our new home. So this is our first holiday season in the new place.
Yeah. And the community is just different than the last one that we were in. Actually, the last two. I really enjoy our neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. So many people decorate their yards, which is fun to see as we cruise around the neighborhood in our golf cart.
Yeah. And this is also one of the times of the year that you can stretch your vacation days for even more value. So if you get both Thursday and Friday off, it makes sense to take Monday through Wednesday as vacation days, because now, including the weekends, you have 9 days in a row off. That's pretty cool.
I like it. And as you plan your 2025 vacation days, maybe our next show will be how to maximize these long weekends.
Yeah. But this week, we have some tips that are going to save you both time and money, and also make your vacations a little less stressful.
So first, we do need to have a disclaimer. The products that we're going to talk about are our personal ones. We do not get paid by anyone to promote these.
Yeah, so no sponsors here. Although, if you do have a product you want us to try, of course, we are very open to that.
For a small fee, of course.
Well, of course, or free stuff. I don't know. But get ready to take some notes, because we are sharing some of our favorite packing tips, travel tech, and other things that you didn't know that you needed to know.
Let's get started with packing, because when it comes to packing, the most important thing really is the weather where you're going to be. Are you traveling in the winter months or the summer months or the shoulder seasons? Also, if wherever you go has a laundry facility.
Yeah, because some cruise ships either have self-service laundry or you can send it out to get done.
I still remember our honeymoon back in 2009. We had never been to Europe, and it was November. So of course we overpacked.
Of course we did. I mean, with the number of bags that we had, it just screamed American tourist, but never again. But on that trip, I think we each had 2 check bags plus our carry-on, and we were so jam-packed. And I'm sure that there was at least 1 or 2 that were over 50 pounds.
At least. And also each one of us had a carry-on as well. And it wasn't too bad for the cruise portion of the trip, because once everything is packed, you're good to go. That cruise was the 3rd sailing of the Carnival Dream, brand new ship. Amazing 12-night sailing round trip from Rome.
Yeah, the bad packing really became obvious when we were doing our pre and post trip stay. So we did a 3-night stay in Florence after, and we were at the train station, all of our luggage strapped together, and we're looking at the board to see where we were going to catch the train to Florence.
Spoiler alert. If you're taking a train to Florence, you will not find that name on the sign. It is Firenze, not Florence.
Yeah, then we got kind of scammed by someone who took pity on us. He helped us with our luggage, brought us right up to the train. He could tell that we were struggling.
It was obvious.
Yeah, and then you tipped him, I think, like €10.
Mm-hmm. And he wanted more, but anyway.
Of course he did.
Lesson learned. I still have some amazing memories from, that was, again, our first trip to Europe. And I still remember we walked into the hotel in Florence and we had our bags, and the guy looks at me like, is that all your luggage? Then the elevators, if you don't know this, the elevators in some of these older hotels are about the size of phone booths.
Very small.
So we had to send up our luggage in like 2 or 3 different trips. because you couldn't fit all of our luggage and a person in there. We just were sending that up. So.
Yeah, it was kind of funny, but that was lessons learned.
Let's go with our first tip, and that is to get the right luggage. Some people just buy it knowing they're going to either throw it away or when it breaks and wears out in a few years or maybe a few trips.
Yeah, but others like us buy things that we know will last. And when it comes to our main bags, we both use the same brand now.
We do. And this is a brand that you've used for a long time, and that is Briggs Riley.
Yes, Briggs Riley has been my go-to since about 1993. So that's 30 years ago.
I can count. Yes. I remember back at our condo, you accidentally drove over your suitcase with our SUV.
Yeah, it kind of squished it. But yes, Briggs Riley, one of the reasons we love them is they have a replacement warranty, lifetime warranty. And so that is the only luggage brand that I have bought since then. And yes, they did replace my luggage. I just had to pay $25. So
that was well worth it. But I mean, a lot of things have obviously changed since the 90s. So I have the spinner bag that I bought a few years ago, and I love it because my backpack fits over the handle. So walking through the airport is really easy.
Yes, unless there's carpeting. Those spinner bags are horrible for carpeting.
Okay, I will give you that. Sometimes that is an issue.
Yeah, I'm still using the old school though, where there's no spinners. I don't like spinners. They tend to roll away. Most people are using spinner bags, but I just use a regular bag. But both of ours are carry-on size. So the key though here is get luggage that you can manage. And not just manage, but if you get the right luggage, you get quality luggage, you don't need to worry about it breaking down necessarily when you were on your trip and having a wheel fall off because you got that really
That has actually happened to people I know. The wheel's like, oh, the wheel fell off. What'd you do? I dragged it.
Yeah, no, that happens. So quality, and think of it this way. If you're going to be traveling a lot, pennies per use. Briggs & Riley is not...
You say that every time about shoes,
I know, but
clothing.
But if you're going to get a lot of use out of it, you can definitely justify the expense.
So next up is another thing that we have been using for a very long time. And you guys probably use these, and that is or are packing cubes.
Yeah, and I remember one year for Christmas, we both bought packing cubes for each other.
Well, because we were shopping at the same store. There was a luggage store in a mall right in Tampa by the airport, and that's where we were getting all of our stuff. I think I bought a Victorinox bag that when I first bought that, and that's the one I took to Europe. Back in the day, Victorinox had that replace.
Yeah, it's a lifetime warranty. Yeah.
I don't know whose lifetime, but it doesn't work anymore. But that was hilarious. We didn't even know we had bought the exact same thing for each other. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, but we really do use these every time we travel. And we've used different sizes and different brands as well.
So something I have not tried, but I think I might check out in the near future, are those ones that are you can roll them and it gets the air out and makes them lay really, really flat.
Yeah, but the challenge with those, and I don't like those, is because then you end up packing way too much and that's going to add weight. So again, it comes back to
too many clothes.
You need to be able to manage what you're packing. So I would caution against those.
So here's a question for you out there. Have you ever gone on a trip and actually wore everything that you packed in your luggage?
Yeah, I don't know if we have. Even when we pack light, and we really pay attention to what we are wearing. But that does bring me to our next packing tip, and that is pack clothes you can mix and match. Back in college, I worked for a style consultant.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, so it's somebody who basically they will create your wardrobe for you. And she had this video called 5 Easy Pieces, which was teaching people how to have a ton of outfits with just mixing and matching 5 basic pieces.
And the same goes for packing, pants and shirts that you can mix and match. No one's going to notice if you repeat an outfit in most cases. We think, oh my gosh, I just wore that 3 days ago. I think everybody knows that shirt. Also, pack clothes that will travel well and you don't need to iron. I just ordered 4 pairs of pants from Fabletics, and they're commercials.
You love them.
I love them because they're stretchy and comfy. They're light, very light. So I'm looking forward to going to Europe. We have a River Cruise Expo we're going to in Vienna in March. I'm looking forward to packing them in 2 weeks when we go to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Because they're very light and they are water and stain resistant. I got to say, they had me at $20 a pair. It was great. Give me 4.
You got a good offer.
I did.
But also keep in mind the region you are visiting. If you're going to go to Europe, they dress in way more neutral colors. So for example, you're not going to see a bunch of people with loud logo tees or big sports logos walking around.
Okay, so let's also, as you say, walk around. Let's talk about shoes, because these are very, very important in Europe, because there are a lot of cobblestone streets that are like at least a couple decades old.
Yeah. So I remember when we did our first European river cruise, and this was back in 2014.
10 years
I had
ago.
these really cute platform sandals, and we were in France. And I will just tell you, that was a complete waste. It was way too treacherous. And so I wasted space in my luggage.
Treacherous. I like that. Treacherous.
But I do have some new go-to shoes for my travel.
Okay, for those of you that
Now
are watching us on YouTube, you're about to see.
Yeah, I don't know if they are going to work very well in Europe, but I do love, if I want to look cute and get on a flight, I do love wearing them because they're super comfortable, and I love a heel. I love wearing heels. I have some cute boots that I can wear in Europe, but they all have a heel. So these are currently my favorite travel shoes.
Her bedroom slippers have heels on them.
No, they don't. And so these are sneaks. And they were invented by Sarah Blakely. I'm dying to meet her in an airport sometime.
And Sarah, if you're watching this, you have your product rep right
I know.
here.
I have 2 pair of these, and I've been wearing them when we have been flying, and I absolutely love how comfortable they are, but they're also cute. And so it's not only fashion, it's also function.
And here's the funny thing. There are so many times people are walking up to you going, oh my gosh, cute shoes. Like it could be the staff on the Disney Wish. It could be someone we're just out at an event.
Oh, the TSA pre-check guy.
TSA pre-check.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I do have to take them off for TSA pre-check though.
Yeah.
That's one of the things you just, but they're so easy to take on and off. No big deal. But that is something though, when you are packing shoes, is keep in mind, am I going to be going through a whole bunch of airports? If you're doing like the grand European adventure and you're going to be going through a lot of airports, pack accordingly when it comes to your footwear. You usually can get away with just a few pair of shoes. You do not need to have like 50 million. Usually a casual one, something for when you want to dress up, and then maybe a backup casual.
For my carry-on, in addition to that, I use a backpack. The one I currently use is called Soul Guard, and I got it because it had these little slots where you could put things in and compress it, and then when you get to wherever you're going, you would just take the thing and drop it and hang it up, in your closet. But the straps were in the wrong position, so it doesn't work. But I do like the bag anyway.
Yeah, you do like the bag. It's a good size. And the biggest reason you did get it though was because it does have a strap on the back, so you could just slide it right on to that carry-on. Now, I personally prefer to not use a backpack if I can. If I'm packing really smart, I just want my roller bag. But when you're doing carry-on only to Europe, backpacks kind of can be the perfect size for under your seat during the flight. I have an e-bag one, and it has a good number of pockets where I can put things that I want to access really easily during the flight. So it's super easy to get to.
Now let's shift, you get that, to tech gear. So if you're going to a destination where you're going to be doing tours and using what is called a Vox device, like a VOX, get this little dongle device so you can actually pair that with your earbuds.
Yeah, so these are called AirFly, and we used these on our river cruise this past year, and it was so much more comfortable to be able to just link to our AirPods that I'm already used to all the time. And we use this instead of those wonky Vox, like the ear things that have a big cord that gets tangled.
And that little plastic piece that goes over your ear so the microphone fits.
Yeah, and
that.
so these...
I get to use my own Apple AirPods.
Yeah, so these are called AirFly.
And you can find them on Amazon. And no, we do not have an Amazon shopping channel yet.
So the next one up are AirTags. And here's a little pro tip on using AirTags. And this comes down to a lot of people, they'll get AirTags, they'll put them in their checked luggage, which is a good idea if you have to check luggage so you know where it is.
Don't check luggage.
But if you are, rename those AirTags to a description so you know which piece of luggage you put it in. I will see AirTags all the time where people are just keeping it as the default name. No, if you have a red large suitcase, rename that red large suitcase. So then if it does get lost and you're trying to track it, you know specifically which luggage you are trying to find. But the AirTags, those are also a great gift if you have somebody who's a big traveler, because you are going to go on some sort of a trip at some point where you will have to check luggage, I think. Possibly, maybe yes. I mean,
perhaps
I like yours.
Yes, perhaps no.
I like not checking luggage. It's takes a little bit of stress for sure.
So my tech/device tip is, it's called Shift Grip, and I use it for my iPhone. It's both a charger and a grip that can hold your phone vertically and horizontally. For those of you watching on YouTube, which is why you should watch us on YouTube, this is how it works. This is what it looks like. And it just attaches like that. So you can basically, with this grip, it's like you're holding a 35 millimeter camera, God, I haven't said that for a long time. It's like you're holding a
But it's like you're holding a professional camera, though, and it's very comfortable.
Or if you need to shoot in horizontal mode, same thing. So it both charges, and it's a really, I don't like taking videos with just my phone. I like to have something that's not just holding my phone. And what's cool about this, not in video mode, but in photo mode, it will pair with your camera. And so you can use this little button here to take pictures. And I thought that was really, really cool. Very handy. This is called a Shift. I call it a Shift Grip. Technically it's called Shift Cam, but that is the brand. Check it out. This is, I think $60-$70, but worth it because it makes me more aware of how to use the camera. So check that out.
Another thing that you must have in your tools are portable chargers. So we have an Anchor charger along with our regular chargers for our laptop and our phones. One of the things I like about the Anchor is that it's magnetic, so you don't need to worry about forgetting to have a cord.
That is true.
Been there, done that.
So another thing that I think you need, absolutely, if you fly, and that is noise canceling headphones. These are from Sony. They're Bluetooth and wireless. I cannot imagine traveling without these because it doesn't matter where you're sitting on the plane, whether it's airplane noise, whether it's just people talking, kids, whatever it is. These are a lifesaver.
Yeah, and they do make a difference. So one of the things you want to do is make sure you have all your cables. And we like to pack these in what we have like as our travel go bag so that at any time we are prepared to get in, these stay in our backpacks with all of the cables and everything. And then if you do need to have a different type of a mobile charger that will plug in to charge these, then definitely make sure you do that.
Here's another tip. Again, as we go back to shoes, I bought this brand called Kizik. It's like Kizik. I bought one pair to make sure I liked them, then bought another pair because they were very nice and I just wanted to get a different color. And I love these slip-on shoes where you don't have to tie them. I know the big brand out there is Skechers. Skechers, those shoes didn't fit me where Kizik does. And here's my biggest tip. Whatever your biggest and heaviest pair of shoes happens to be, wear those so they're not taking up space in your luggage.
Yeah, good little tip there.
I thought so.
But one of the best things that you can do is when it does come to all of these tech tools and gadgets, don't overdo it. Keep it simple. And the tools are there to help take away a little bit of stress on your vacation. Like if you lose luggage and you're wondering where it would be, or you don't want your battery to be going dead on your phone because you're going to need that. So keep that in mind and don't over tech it, but use the tools that make sense for your trip. So thanks again for listening. And if we can help you with your next vacation, please reach out.
If you have not already followed us on YouTube, please head over to the Creating Magic Vacations channel over there and subscribe because we did show and tell this week.
Until next time,
never stop exploring.